For example 2, we'll be looking at adding integers and their opposites. So we're looking to evaluate 5 plus a negative 5. And there is another word for a pair of opposites. When you have a pair of opposites like 5 and negative 5, they are opposite of each other. We could call that an additive inverse. To start this, we're going to start with our number chips. So to start, I'm going to start with 5 positive chips. And now I'm adding 5 negative chips to it. So I'm going to bring in 5 negatives. And what happens here is we created what are called zero pairs. So when you have one positive and one negative, they cancel each other out. So what we created were 5 different zero pairs. So all of these zero pairs end up canceling each other out, and then we are left with no number chips. So because we are left with no number chips, that would mean that 5 plus a negative 5 equals 0. We could also use a number line to show this problem. So I'm going to start at 0, and because we are adding a positive 5, I'm going to move to the right 5 spaces to start. And then from 5, because we are adding a negative, I'm going to move back 5 spaces. And we see that that brings us back to 0. That would bring us back to 0. And our final method that we could use is absolute values. Absolute value method will be a little different than from what we did with example 1. Because we are adding opposites, we're going to subtract absolute values now. So we are going to take the absolute value of 5 and subtract the absolute value of negative 5. The absolute value of 5 is 5 minus the absolute value of negative 5 is also 5. That leaves us with 0 as our answer still. So those are 3 different ways that we could show that this equals 0.